It's the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you into Paycor Stadium on the riverfront here in Cincinnati.
Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cincinnati Bengals. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He gets this to Davante Adams.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
First carry for Josh Jacobs.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Here's 2nd and 8. Over the middle, complete. That's Jacobs.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. And they really want him to be that guy. And that's what they're doing early in this game.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Looking to throw. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
They're going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents.
He's got a man complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
Here we go. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. Gotta go. Mixon with a 1st down carry. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here we go. 11. In motion goes the tight end.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd.
Here we go. A dime look defensively for the Raiders on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there.
11.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Wide open receiver complete.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Now it's Burrow. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. Now the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. 4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. As this offense takes the field again, it's been a while since they've been out there. We just saw that long touchdown drive by the opposition. But remember, when this crew was out here last, Charles, they scored as well.
And let's make sure we give both offensive staffs some credit, and especially the offensive coordinators, because we spoke with both of them in the lead up to this game, and both were really confident in their game plans. They thought they had scouted their opponents and focused on specific areas in practice this week to make sure that they were ready to go. And frankly, it looks like they both did an excellent job.
Yeah, we'll see if those game plans can keep this streak of touchdowns going here. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the Bengals grab it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So a little too loose with the football there on the pitch.
And that's the danger you run into with that play. So much traffic around, and when the ball gets away from your body a little bit, sometimes bad things can happen.
11 empty. Hey, 11.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got him in. Complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bengals have moved out in front. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. after the touchdown. McPherson on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up. I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
2nd and 11. Staying on his feet. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow.
And he's got some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Raiders are going to get a new set of downs.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Off the RPO, he completes it. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Oh, he still makes a catch, even though it was tapped by the linebacker.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, sure looked pretty coming off of his hand, but sometimes you might have to take a little bit off of it. That one looked a little too hot to handle.
Yeah, but off the tip, hey, they still got the catch, right?
It's amazing, isn't it? Even when it goes wrong, it turns out right.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get him with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
11 empty. 12.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of the defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
11 mighty.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 33 yards that time.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
11 mighty. They gotta go.
Burrow looking to pass.
That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
11.
first down. Here's Burrow.
That's to Chase. He's got him. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Bengals are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And we are tied at 21. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
48 yards on the ground for him so far.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
They'll try and throw for it here.
And able to complete it to Moreau. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Beck.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Let's go now.
Back to throw again.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Slot man moves right. They'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 21. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Jacobs. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
That's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Raiders answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he's got a Bengals first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And now they will throw it with Burrow. He's got a man, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They give him a gain of 37.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Raiders' 13-yard line.
11 MT, hey! 11 MT, 11 MT. Whoa.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
11 MT.
Now Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll look to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40.
73 yards on the ground here for Jacobs, and this is a 1st down.
Missed tackles may doom this team.
I just had a bad flashback. That's why I'm sitting up here with you right now. You've got to tackle him inbounds. You've got to wrap him up.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
The slot man in motion right. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now here's a timeout, as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25.
Here we go. 11 Thomas. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11.
A final shot now for Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will get the ball back and be touchdown. And with that, this game is over.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for Las Vegas,
it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3.
And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington.